Welcome back to another exciting episode of DadDimes. I'm, of course, DJ. This is Justin, and this is episode number 10.
10. We hit double digits.
And on this episode, we actually are back to the dynamic duo. Just us.
It's just us today.
No guests this week.
Not
but
this
next
week.
week, we do got something exciting planned.
Possibly. If there's anyone out there understanding what next Wednesday is, and you
President's Day.
It's President's Day.
We're trying to get Joe Biden on.
So, for all those that aren't paying attention, next Wednesday is Valentine's Day. Hopefully you don't forget, and we'll see where we get to that. Actually, we have a pretty good bourbon that we can taste with that. I don't have the name off the top of my head, but it actually has a nice romantic Italian taste.
White Claw?
Could be White Claw, yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. We're looking forward to it. But that's next week, and we're not next week. We're in week
10.
Or episode 10, which is this week. And we are looking at...
We're looking at, now, depending on what part of the country you're from, it's either Basil Hayden or
Basil.
Or Basil Hayden. So it just depends what part of the country you're from.
Just depends where you're at.
We actually have a toasted Basil Hayden today. This bottle is from the Jim Beam distillery.
James Beam?
James.
Jimmy?
Jimmy. Yeah.
Okay. Jim Beam.
James B. It says it somewhere on here. That's not important, but it's the toasted blend, which is sitting at a mild 40 proof, 80% alcohol by volume.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's not
going to be a little bit. It's not going to be as hot as we're used to.
No.
Yeah. So we have James Beam. They produce Jim Beam. They produce Basil Hayden.
Basil.
Basil.
What is it? Bakers.
Bookers. Little Book. And Knob Creek.
Freddie Noah is related to good old Booker Noah. Oh. Somehow, I don't know. I didn't do the research, but
probably the last
son.
Son, grandson. Yeah. Little Book.
Little Book
is probably going to be Freddie Noah. Mm-hmm. And this is going to be senior or super senior.
Yeah.
Grandpappy.
Oh, yeah.
So we're looking at, what, you said 40 proof, 80?
Yep, 40 proof.
80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume. There we go. Yep. So it's an 80 proofer.
80 proofer. It also should have a flavor palette of some toasted wood, vanilla.
When was the last time you tried toasted wood?
Probably when I was roasting marshmallows on a campfire, and I took a bite of the stick. It was toasted.
Okay.
It was good.
I mean, that was back in the day before they had the metal prongs that extend. Now
we can't afford those, Justin. We still use sticks.
We still use sand from the sticks, eating off the sticks.
Yep.
Okay.
Go get a switch so you could get hit with the stick.
That makes sense. Yeah. We can't do that anymore either.
Not in public. Not in public. Behind closed doors.
Wait, what happens behind closed doors? Now it's part of the dime of last week. Don't forget to lock your door.
Yeah, when you're naring your ass.
I mean, that could happen. The nair, yeah.
You learn.
So let's pop this open and let's see if I can maybe actually get this correct this time.
Oh, double pop.
We got the double.
No.
Not the good double. Let's see what we have. We have a little bit of darker color here. So how long do you think that was sitting in the old barrel?
At least 4 years.
At least.
It's got a light
still
scent
in
to
Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all about that.
Me too.
All right.
That's why we started this thing. Because we're all about it.
We're in it now. Mm-hmm. It's like a decade. Or 10 weeks.
Yeah, same thing. Tomato.
What do you smell?
It's got a light scent to it.
Oh, wow.
As far as picking anything up.
Hello.
Definitely a toasted wood.
How are you?
Hello again.
Hello again. It smells slightly fruity.
Hey! Not that kind?
I mean,
Hey, I don't know.
Whiskey's for everyone.
That's true.
That's not bad. Nice little taste. It's not too harsh. I don't taste the toasted wood yet. Maybe that'll
With the ice, brings out burnt flavor, a toasted flavor.
We're gonna burn out the old toasties. So this has been a week. It's Wednesday, right?
Yeah.
So we made it to Wednesday. We have every intention on having this published today. We got a little bit of feedback last week that we made promises that we did not fulfill in the time frame.
I was chastised all week long.
Yeah.
Actually, just Thursday morning.
Chastised.
Whatever. You know I'm not good with big words.
So I'm here. I'm here for you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Professor. Shout out to our biggest supporter, my niece, Trinity.
Yeah.
She was pretty upset last week that we didn't get the podcast out for her Thursday morning drive to work.
Yeah. She looks forward to this.
Yeah. I got text message. I'm not going to repeat them because they were pretty bad.
Vulgar.
And if her mom finds out, she'll probably wash her mouth out with soap.
Dove?
And then, no, Dial.
Oh.
The worst one. And then she commented on our post, cussing us out too.
Yeah.
So, Trinity, we apologize. I love you. And this will be out for your drive tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow. Yeah. The 8th.
The 8th.
I mean, unless there's technical difficulties or,
Nope, it will be. We'll be up all night.
Unless the audio engineer that we have in the studio gets a little bit lazy again. I mean, that guy, I don't know.
He was reprimanded.
Yeah.
Another big word. I said right. The two small words I had trouble with. So, Strubble. This is weird because I only took 2 sips and I'm already talking. Way to go.
2 sips of Basil. So we have that going. We have the socials running right now. The YouTubes, which we are producing, that takes a couple more days because there's an actual little bit of processing there.
Got to add a video.
For putting up the videos, yeah. But we're doing pretty well still there, and we want to thank all the fans out there on the Facebook, the X/Twitter, TikTok, Spotify, and now YouTube. YouTube's growing pretty quickly.
We actually have legit fans. I don't remember. I wish I had their name, but
had
a couple shout outs. We also, what shows that we're growing, we also had our first thumbs down. Which, hey, we may not be for everybody. And if you don't like us, I mean, that's fuck off, right? So.
At least you're honest.
Yeah. But we got some cool fans out there. Unfortunately, I can't remember their name. We got our production team looking it up right now so we could give those guys a shout out. The other shout out I want to say is my mother's birthday's coming up here on Monday.
Oh, mama.
Not going to say her age, but happy birthday, Mom. From your sons, we love you. Happy birthday.
Yeah. Dad and Dad Dose.
Daddy Dose.
Daddy Dose. Let's see here. We're going to say Jazzy and Deep Brar. I'm sorry if I messed that up. If I messed that up, it's okay. Yeah. We appreciate you. 71st JD, all about it. And there's a few others out there, and we'll try to snag those by the end of the show. But other than that, we're going back to the whiskey. Let's see here, some bourbon, and I'll throw this out there. Mm-hmm. They put some time into this.
It's a pretty bottle.
It's pretty. It has this nice little band. Like, I kind of want to get a belt now. Actually, I know that there's probably a rep from Beam listening to this. Actually, I can almost guarantee that there's a rep from Jim Beam listening to this. If they have a Basil Hayden belt,
Oh, yeah.
that looks like this band. 2. We're going to need 2 of those.
We're going to need 2 of them.
Yeah.
Also, a couple whiskey barrels.
We're working on the barrels, too.
Working on the barrels.
Yeah. Create a new table here in the DadDimes studio.
Yep.
But, so we're going back to it. Now that you've had a
Now that
you've had a second
sip.
to taste, so your glass is gone, and I'm behind you. What are you feeling?
It's kind of awkward. I feel warm and supported with you behind me. Feel comforted.
I mean, the calendar's going to show that. But
Yes, it will.
And the DadDimes calendar 2025 edition will be, that's going to be in production very shortly. We're hoping that it's going to start over the summer because it's cold right now. And
I was hoping a couple snow pictures, if I'm being honest.
Well, we can hit the mountains.
Here's the plan with the calendars. We could do late spring into early summer shoots, right?
Yep.
And then we release it. You get we'll say July 2024 all the way through next year. So you'll get 18 months of the dads.
Oh, so you're going to pay for 12 months and you're going to get 6 months free. That's a deal.
What exactly? That's what you guys are. I myself, my other best friend's a photographer. We've had him on, D. Brando.
Yeah.
So
he's just going to add 6 more blooper reel.
He's going to be our first sponsor, and he's going to sponsor the shoot.
Okay.
On Derek.
Is that?
I haven't talked to him about him yet.
On Derek.
It's on Derek.
Hey, you know what? We really appreciate the amount of time, energy, and effort that he will dedicate to creating that, putting the love into that, all at his cost.
Kind of to highlight our low lights is what he's going to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all about the low highlighting of the... Got it. Cool.
You got to hide some of these low handles, right?
Not in this world, man. In this world, you're supposed to just let it all out. Everyone loves it.
Body positive.
Yeah, right. We don't body shame. We just understand that there are some gorgeous people out there, and then we'll get there one day. I mean, you're there. I like the beard. The beard really accentuates it.
I get people all the time stop me. Jason Momoa, and I'm like, sorry to disappoint you. They're like, we knew you were just a little bit more handsome than he is. Mm-hmm. So I got to break a lot of hearts out there too. So
yeah,
it's kind of tough.
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah.
So your taste, well, now that you're on a refill,
it was a half a finger pour,
a split, a titch.
Mm-hmm.
Are you getting the vanillas?
No, maybe slightly.
Yeah. No.
Maybe a slight vanilla.
I'm getting more of a toasted taste now.
Yeah.
Not like toasted.
I was going to say
toasted.
Marshmallow, but it doesn't really taste like a marshmallow. No. But it maybe just a toasted side of a marshmallow.
But not over toasted, not burnt.
No.
This doesn't taste like a burnt.
It's not burnt. No.
Well, I like it. We're gonna move on here in a little bit. And we're gonna add some put it on the rocks because this is DadDimes on the rocks. We're gonna accentuate the flavor a little bit. But a couple things happened this week. We had a loss.
A very tragic loss
in the music world.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite artists.
Yeah.
He's on my 4th of July playlist all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the songs that when we were discussing this immediately popped in my head was "I Love This Bar."
Yeah,
which I love that song. So, rest in peace to Toby Keith.
Yeah, to Tobes,
to the old Tobster.
Yeah. Cancer's crazy, and early detection and everything you can to do to have a healthy, happy life. But to Toby,
I did hear whiskey does kill cancer cells. I think I was thinking it in my head, so I didn't hear it by a medical professional. But sounds legit, right?
Not, and this is not medical advice provided by medical doctors.
But the secret is you got to go get some old Kentucky White Lightning. Knock that back.
Ooh.
And then
the old school moonshine.
Yeah, you're good to go for at least 110.
Well, the good news is you probably won't feel any pain that you have. I mean, that it will solve the ailment for the amount of time that you've ingested.
Yeah.
It might accentuate things like blindness, but
Absolutely. And so, as tribute to Toby Keith as
Yeah.
well, throughout this, if I get the urge to just belt out a melody, or not even a melody, just some words that the old Tobster said, I may do that. I may bless our audience with my beautiful voice.
I've heard it's like a voice of an angel,
I think it is.
modern day. I've heard angels sing. I mean, as a chaplain,
That is true.
I've married some people.
Yeah.
I've held that role in the police department. I've we do a lot of blessings. Your voice is actually that of an angel. So
You've married a couple people, right?
yeah,
And
still married.
they're still married.
Yep.
So if you want to book him for marriage,
DadDimes chaplain at info@daddimes.com.
.org.
I don't think we have an org yet.
We should, because you're a chaplain and we shouldn't pay taxes on that.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that next week. Got a lot on the books these days.
Yeah.
So cheers to Toby. I'm gonna finish this up real quick. We're gonna add some rocks, and then we're gonna get into
The big game, huh?
what's happening this Sunday.
Bud Bowl.
and
Bud Bowl's back, guys.
and what happened last weekend, and the disgrace of those. I mean, it used to. I want to tell you, I love football. I love watching football. I played football through, I don't know, freshman or sophomore year in high school, from elementary through. It probably was never caught. I'm working on. Probably never college worthy, right? It was something that I enjoyed doing. But
Don't sell yourself short. I'm pretty sure there's a couple D1s looking at you.
that's not what the University of Northern Colorado was at the time. It was like a D, C, D, E, F, G. I don't know what league it was. We weren't there yet. I should have just been a walk-on, to tell you the truth. But that's a story for the reserve.
The reserve.
And that's coming shortly. What was I gonna for that? It used to be such an honor to be a Pro Bowler.
Oh, yeah.
Like 3-time Pro Bowler, 4-time Super Bowl winning MVP of all of these things. Last week, I mean, I get it. I get it. We live in a different NFL where you can't, you don't want to cause damage, right? You don't want to cause harm outside of just the game, I guess. But they're not playing football for the Pro Bowl anymore. It's flag, and then it's. I mean, I like the cool things that they do.
I've always liked the throwing
yeah,
competitions. And
competitions
all
are
that.
great.
But then, hey, we're going to do a flag football game, guys. Yay.
So, are you really a Pro Bowler at that point? I mean, can you add that to your tagline of 4-time flag football Pro Bowler? I mean, it's not the same. Like you were chosen to be the best of the best in the
You're
league.
the elite. You're the top.
And you're playing flag football.
Yeah. Why even do it? Just leave the all-pro honors. You're an all-pro. Congratulations. Just do the fun stuff with whoever wants to go to it. The quarterback competitions, kicker competitions, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
I guess it's just the trip.
Yeah.
Is it still in Hawaii?
I think Orlando.
What is the point? All right, we're getting to On the Rocks.
Universal Studios is down there.
Yeah, it's also in it's Orlando and California.
Who wants to go to California?
Well, I know we're getting off topic here because we tend to do that. That's the DadDimes way.
You're right. No one wants to go to California.
That's not true because Disneyland.
You can't drink there.
You can.
At one place.
At one park, not the other park. But they have the Avengers Land, and they don't have that at World yet. So I mean,
That'd be pretty sweet.
There's like one thing to do. The back studio thing over at Universal in California, super cool. They actually take you to the back lots of Universal Studios, and they show you where films, are consistently made. That's That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Other than that, and I'll tell you this, I remember back in the day, we're going on the jetway, me and the family, to get back on the plane to fly home. And
First class?
probably.
Even if it was basically the same thing.
I mean, just, whether it's first or your last, it's basically the same thing. And I remember getting on the plane, and there was a big placard that said, per California state statute, we have to advise you that fumes coming off of the fuel lines may cause cancer.
God damn it.
I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't get on this plane then.
every I go get parts for my plumbing job, and every single thing says that. I'm like, we're not even in California. It doesn't cause cancer in Colorado. We're so high altitude, you know?
I mean, we are the Mile High.
Yeah, that's true.
Big game. So that's coming up. We can't say, because of copyright rules, we can't say super or we can't say bowl. So the big game is coming up Sunday. We heard the predictions last week.
Yep. Bang, bang, Niner gang.
And we're a little divided on that, and which is fine. I mean, I like a little bit of divisiveness, I guess. Either way, it's going to be a good time. Mm-hmm. But,
let's figure out the really important questions here.
This is where we're at.
What are we going to make for the Super Bowl?
The
big game.
The big game. The Super Bowl, the big game. Well, we have to dedicate some time, energy, and effort because that's the right thing to do as a dad. As a dad,
I got to feed the kids. And as a dad, I got 3 racks of ribs because my kids love the ribs. So ribs are on the menu.
It's ripping it up.
I'm going to smoke those bad boys before the game. Like, pretty much. I'll basically wake up early Sunday morning and just be smoking meats. So, not that way, though.
But no, back in the day, a long time ago, when I was a
long time ago.
Oh God, see, voice of an angel.
Thank you.
I had a great idea for a Food Network show.
Oh, I know this one.
And I thought to myself, what's a good a good hook line? And I was like, I got it. Beaten meat with Bommy.
Mm-hmm.
And we were just going around the country.
Beat
meats. Smokes them. And enjoying what the world has to offer in the culinary aspects of poultry, some beef, some pork, lamb, elk.
Alligator? Whatever.
And I will tell you.
You know what?
I didn't get the full support.
I support you.
I know you would.
That was before you had my support.
That's true.
However, all the smoking meats and everything, that's brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue. Toby Keith.
Yeah. Back to the bourbon. On the rocks, we see, we can see separation. We see oils and we see the alcohol separating. And it is diluting. Mm-hmm. The alcohol is diluting the bourbon. What are you tasting?
I'll tell you what.
What?
I'll tell you what.
I just told you.
Damn it, Bobby Boomhire. Where's Ladybird? As soon as we put the ice in here and you take that first sip, you immediately get the toasted flavor from there.
It all of a sudden you're tasting it.
So before it was wasn't my favorite neat at all. But as soon as you add the ice, God dog, boy. It's good bourbon with ice.
So on their website, they talk about the Basil Hayden Toasted Old Fashioned.
Ooh.
And that sounds delicious.
It does.
This is going to be something. I'm going to add a couple dashes of bitters, a little bit of simple syrup. I don't do the hodgepodge of here's orange slices and here's some cherries over there, and I don't know, let's flare it up. Maybe a little bit of orange peel, get a little bit of zest, a little bit of spritz.
Spritz it.
Open it up. A bourbon cherry.
Ooh, Woodford.
More than likely Woodford bourbon cherry. Mix that thing up there in a nice, like a 1.5 inch, maybe 2 inch cube. And that's going to be the next old fashioned.
Well, I hope I'm here for it.
I expect you to be here for that.
And if I'm not here for it,
you expect one at your door.
You know where I live.
A to-go.
Oh, yeah. We haven't done a to-go for a while.
We haven't done to-goes in a bit.
Yeah.
So we have a big game on Sunday. We're going to have, I got some wings.
Can't go wrong with wings.
I'm probably going to air fry those ones, though, because last time I tried to smoke those, I might have lit my smoker on fire. Yeah, that's me. Sorry.
Did you clean it out yet?
It's cleaned, yep.
Oh,
yep.
Good.
It's ready to go for the next fire.
Zach, Nancy.
Shout out to the Denver Fire Department. SAC Division.
Need their help for sure.
Yeah. So we're gonna do some wings. We'll get some ribs going.
I got tri-tip too. I'll do a tri-tip.
Tri-tip. We're gonna have some bourbon there. You'll probably be seeing the shorts, the videos, and we'll post those out on the socials. Because why not? We did that for New Year's.
Yeah, we did. That's when we were first getting going.
That was pretty America.
Yeah.
The red, white, and blue.
Yep. A little pat.
Yeah.
I forgot what we made. What did we make? Pork belly?
Pork belly and tomahawks.
Oh yeah, pork belly and tomahawks.
Yeah.
Delicious.
So if you're thinking about what you need for the big game, meats, bourbons, and drinking buddies, and well, we're one of those three. So Absolutely. We're here for you. So we're getting through the rocks, and I like it. I like it a lot. I might mix this with Coke. Maybe a lime, like a little twist. Possibly Coke Zero. You got to watch the calories these days.
Yeah, we're old now.
Which comes to the DadDime Dime of the Week. Mm-hmm. And that is...
I don't remember.
I'm not as good as I once was.
But I'm as good once as I ever was.
DadDime Dime of the Week. Tribute Toby. Alrighty.
I used to be hell on wheels when I was a younger man.
I know.
It's a sad week, man.
I don't know where we're going to be.
Sad week.
It's okay, though. So it's saying this has a finishing taste on the Basil Hayden. Is that like the German?
Basil Hayden
Toast of sweet caramel. Are you tasting a ending note?
I really get like a good toasted flavor. Let me try a little more.
You have to make sure that you're actually getting deep into this one.
Not really a sweet caramel flavor at the end.
No. So this is unique because it had it was, instead of using malted, not malted, some of the 2-row, it was finished with like a rice, brown rice.
Brown rice, yeah.
Yeah. It gives it a different profile, and that was part of the mash bill. When you put everything in the mash, you boil it, and that's what creates the flavor palette, and then you separate that mash, and then you put that in your still.
Your still.
Still. You run it through one time. That's going to increase your alcohol proof, and that's going to separate it from your mash. You run it through a second time, and that's what really ups your proof. So usually you run it at least 2 times.
Yeah. This is a low proof, though. It's only 40.
But it's probably a low proof because of what they cut it with. And I'm not talking about
baking soda, laxative, fentanyl.
None of that stuff.
Oh, okay.
you cut it with water, right? And I don't know what kind of water they cut their stuff with. I know that Jack Daniel's has its own spring that they mellow their alcohol with.
Yeah.
And that's reduce the proof and be able to balance out accordingly to get the perfect flavor palette that you get. So they do this. So more than likely coming out of the barrel, it's probably
what, 110
at least
120.
Yeah. Alcohol by volume, and then they bring that back a little bit,
Yeah.
which also creates more bottles, right?
Yeah.
So the old drug rule.
I learned that from watching Griselda.
I learned that from Breaking Bad.
The other thing I want to say is, as fans, I do want to bring up our buddies, Bert Kreischer, Tom Segura again, because they just released a vodka, Porter Osos.
You would know. I wouldn't be able to pronounce it correctly.
It means 4 bears. So
But
they
there's
created
only 2 bears.
They created the vodka. It's for the other bears. Like I'm a
4. Okay, so it's 4 bears, not as in like the number 4 bears.
like for them. Yeah. I mean, I don't speak Spanish, but so shout out to Bert and Tom for releasing their vodka. We would love to invite them on our show to review it with them, give them an honest review on it. So this is another clip for the week.
God, all we do is push out, invitations to old Birdie Bert, and
Birdie Bert.
He was here last week.
I know, man.
And
He let us down.
I was let down.
Yeah, me too. But you probably can't get the vodka anytime soon. But if you're a vodka guy, go try it out.
I mean, you might as well if you support it. I mean, because he does the Fit Vine, or he supports Fit Vine, which is
I don't know if he's still a sponsor of it. I think that was a couple years ago, but he used to drink a lot. Yeah, it was a sponsorship.
You know what's weird? Talking about sponsorships, I just got a notification today. I have a lot of Redcon stuff, right? Redcon 1. I have the sweatshirts and stuff like that.
I got a backpack you gave me.
Supplements, right? So you have the pre-workouts, you have the protein powders, all that other stuff. I mean,
I'm a sit buff
feels right.
because I've been using Redcon.
Redcon, right? This is a small plug to the old Redcon. One of their newest ambassadors, Coach Prime.
Coach Prime?
Yeah.
Damn. Come on down, Coach. We'll have you on the show.
Come on down, Coach. We're going to have a nice little drinking buddy party, and we're going to talk about the new things that you're doing over for the CU Buffs. Season 1, better season than the season prior. And we're looking and we're looking forward to seeing what the draft picks are going to be for 2025.
Actually, just read that Shadur Sanders and Travis Hunter are both projected to go top 10 in next year's draft. Hopefully the Broncos won't be there to pick them because they had a good season, but chances are we'll be there to pick one of them.
Yeah. And they're going to say, oh, we got to stay in Denver, huh?
Cool.
That's cool. I mean, the good news is we already have a house, so
That's true.
we're not going to have to move our cars that far. Yeah, I'll call that a win.
Drive a little down the way. It's not as nice as Boulder is.
Denver, okay. I've lived here my entire life.
38 years,
Give or take.
give or take a year.
I mean, yeah, ish.
We're old as fuck, man.
I mean,
They know it. Our audience knows it.
not as good as we once were. And my dad was here.
Hey, Dad.
Hello. His entire life. He had a farm up in Wiggins, Colorado. He was a beet farmer, sugar beet.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to be raising cattle.
No.
Seemed like a cattle guy.
And his family was here before that. So, I mean, we've had a little bit of time here in the state. And, man, I'll tell you, over the last several years, things have changed.
A little bit.
I remember going down to downtown and going to football games and hockey games. I mean, really, we used to go quite a bit, even last year.
Yeah.
And things have seriously changed. Going down there in general is no longer fun. It's a little scary. Crime's up. The clientele that frequents downtown shifted from going down, having a good time, enjoying the night to, don't step on that needle or don't step on that pile of human excrement. So
don't interrupt the tent, because when the tent is a rocking, don't come a knocking. I'll be honest, I never liked going downtown.
I used to, because you used to see all of the different things. So you would go. I mean, if you go deep downtown, you would see like the Brown Palace Hotel, and you would see like all of these skyscrapers. And I remember being so young and going down there and be like, "Oh man, who works there? Like that is such a cool thing to, be a part of that business world." And as I grew up, I was able to do trainings, cop stuff for a lot of the corporate offices out there.
On the ground, Mexican. Not that kind.
No,
oh,
no.
I was just checking.
No, they see that never. I will tell you. So we're going to go into the peak of the police, the hatred thing, right? We want to defund the police, and I was still in law enforcement at that time, and I never felt that in my city. There was a lot of external things going on. But everyone that we came into contact with in a square mile city surrounded by the city and county of Denver that is home to machine gun whilies.
Yep.
There was never anyone that came up to us and that was like, I can't believe you're doing this, and you shouldn't even have a job. And it was always, thank you for your service, and we appreciate everything you do. You've always been, you personally have been the one to come and help us every single time, and we've never had a bad interaction. So it was weird to see that dynamic.
Well, and the other thing is you had one of those guys, the police audits on when you were in charge. Yeah. I'll be honest, okay, cool, whatever, but you're a fucking nerd. Go do something else with your time. I understand you want. That's my perspective.
I will tell you, I appreciate being checked. However, I also know that so the individual that I came in contact with, and we're getting a little bit away from the whiskey, we'll hit that back in just a second. His entire goal was to make sure that, we're doing our fundamental duty that we have sworn to protect and serve. And if you watch any of his content, I'm not going to push any names out there by any means. You can see that consistent thing of, I just want to make sure that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
And there should be oversight and there should be transparency. And then there's other individuals out there that are just trying to get things riled up so they can get a paycheck. And that becomes their full-time job.
I've seen that on TikTok, and I'm like, I would have fucking tased him a while ago. Fuck that guy, right?
We're going to sue you and you're going to lose your job. Well, we're going to make it worth it.
Yeah, I'm going to lose my job. You're not going to be able to walk again.
But the encounter I had was very positive. So, it was a good thing. But
it's because I just want to point out that's because you're amazing.
And I appreciate that about you.
Some people say you're half man, half amazing.
Oh.
And I tend to agree with them.
Well, for whoever says that,
I think it's just me. But I agree with that.
Well, we have some people agree. That's all that matters.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. New Call of Duty season came out.
Oh, that did happen.
Yep. They got some cool skins on there. The Rick Grimes.
They do have Rick Grimes. They also have a JLTV. And this is going to be a shout out to a specific individual out there. Hey, man.
What up, man?
What up?
What up, man?
JLTV, and they have the old, it looks like a SWAT patrol, Bearcat.
One of my other best friends, Brandon, who's in the line of duty. It's a LTV that is a police cruiser, and we go around. Well, not me, because I hate fucking cars. I'm like,
I hadn't noticed that at all.
Go around. But yeah. I mean,
it's pretty sweet.
As soon as I jump in the police cruiser, I'll probably be with you
Yeah.
And I'll probably be the guy, get on the fucking ground. Thunderbolt. Thunderbolt.
Pikachu.
Hailstorm. That guy is really cool.
Yeah. It's one of the streamers?
Yeah. I see him on, I forget it. He's something mage on Facebook or something.
He's amazing.
He's amazing. But his stuff is so funny. Thunderbolt, Thunderbolt, Fireball, Hailstorm. It's hilarious.
Charmander.
Yeah.
As we're winding the Basil Hayden Toast down.
I just say Basil Hayden.
I mean,
Because I like talking the accent like good old Toby Keith.
Toaster.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I like it so much better with ice in there.
You like
Dilute
it?
a little bit. It does bring out the toasted flavors. I don't get toasted wood necessarily. I do still get that kind of like toasted marshmallow flavor.
Okay.
Especially with the ice. Before it was just like I don't even know how to describe it, like a toasted flavor.
Well, if you're getting marshmallows, then you are getting hints of vanilla.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're you're much better than I am. I'm just the guy that drinks a lot.
The connoisseur, and you're like, hey, man.
Fat alcoholic here. Buy my merch.
Soon.
But yeah.
June, I think. Talk to our reps.
Oh, we could do it by Juneteenth. It's a good day. It's my wife's birthday.
Love it. That. Guess what she's getting for her birthday?
My husband's the fat alcoholic. DadDimes. Love you, babe.
I think she needs to get the sweatshirt that says "I'm with" and then has the arrow pointing.
I'm with the Big Dick D. That's pointing.
Oh, what a party!
All right. So if we're wrapping this up, I would give it a
1 out of 5. Neat.
Neat. I'd probably give it like a 2.2. I wasn't a big fan of it. Neat.
Didn't like the neat. Okay.
Not at all.
I think they put some time into it. I like the toast. I'll give it right down the middle. 2.5.
Now, we haven't done this before. Bottle presentation, that's at least a 4.
They did a good job.
That's a beautiful bottle, for sure. But whenever we see fancy bottles, we always question, did they put that money in the bottle or just the whiskey? Like, meaning, did they have to fancy up the bottle because the whiskey sucks?
Yeah. I mean,
You know?
well, I'm not saying that that's what this is.
That's not the case here, but...
I have bottles where I'm like, man, the bottle is super cool.
Will it?
What's in the bottle is horrible.
Will it?
We'll get to that on the next one. Not the next one, but sometime down the road. We still have several.
Yeah.
At least, give or take, 42 more episodes this year.
We got a lot, yeah. So, yeah. What'd I say?
You said neat 2.2?
2.2, yeah. 2.2 neat. Once you add ice to it, it brings out a lot of that.
Yeah.
And this is probably my biggest jump because I did not like it neat.
But you didn't like the original Basil Hayden that way either.
No, I didn't. The one I had, I forget which one it was. I thought it tasted like crayons.
It was OG basil. It was just basil.
Yeah, it tastes like crayons.
Okay.
Which, if you like crayons, if you chewed on crayons as a kid, that might take you back to your youth, and
that's
go
fine.
ahead for it. When you add ice to this,
Yeah.
I'm going to bring it up a whole notch.
It's kicking it up.
I'd say a 3.5 with ice because you get that toasted flavor. You get that toasted. I would say it's like a toasted marshmallow flavor, which is pretty good. So 2.2 neat, 3.5 ice.
I'll agree with you. That's a 3.5. You rocks it. We get to a 3.5.
Yeah.
Is this something you bring to like McConaughey
No,
around a campfire?
I wouldn't.
No.
The only reason why I wouldn't is because there's other whiskeys out there that I enjoy much better than this.
Okay.
If I see this at a party and there's some other choices, I might say, hey, give me that on the rocks.
Yeah.
For me, this one's not going to be in my collection.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is.
Once this is gone,
Yeah.
I wouldn't make it a point to go buy it again. Whereas like the E.H. Taylor, Heaven's Hill, for example, that was delicious, right? Garrison Brothers, I like that a lot too. Those ones I'd be like, hey, let's get those again. This one, I'd be like, I'd rather get Heaven Hill,
Well, and it doesn't mean that I'm not going to try the other variations because they're all
different.
They have a full line.
They got like 10. They got a lot of them, right?
They're getting up there.
So,
not horrible. Better on ice.
Yeah.
You go to a bar and they say, "Listen, we have blackjack. We have
our new Skull whiskey."
Or we have Basil Toast. Which one are you going to choose
I'll
for
take Basil Toast?
Okay.
Yeah. If you drink it on ice for sure. Or I like your idea with the old fashioned.
I'm excited.
Old fashioned would be great with this guy.
I'm really excited to try this on the old fashioned.
Me too.
So
that might be our after hours. After hours with DadDimes. After hours. I got some what's his name? The guy from Silence of the Lamb where he's like, I'd fuck me.
Well, man, every single time I get a notice from all of our socials saying, are you tagging this for explicit content? And I'm like, every time for adults only.
Yeah. I mean, I guess. I get it.
It happens every once in a while.
I say some bad words.
But not horribly bad words. Just,
I mean, you should see what I center in my head. You'd be impressed.
Maybe one day I'll have those kind of powers.
Yeah.
We need to have powers like that.
I don't know.
No?
I don't
want to be
minds. I definitely wouldn't want people to read my mind.
I don't want you to be in this brain of mine. No. Good luck navigating the chaos.
I'd be arrested.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that.
Arrested
people? Yeah.
For their thoughts?
Well, their actions. And their actions speak louder than their words.
Lost all respect.
No,
I didn't.
I do want to go into one of the first times that we met. Not on this. We're going to keep it for the reserve, but...
I was great.
How do you introduce yourself with a profession during a peak of a hatred of a profession?
That's true. I will say that as part of my family, I presented myself very well.
Absolutely.
Until you guys seen my wife.
Who is a saint.
Now, the look she gave your wife, she did not think she was a saint. And that's just my wife. Her face kind of gives her the impression that she's a bitch. And she's
I've never gotten
lovely.
that before. I have never gotten that before.
Let's bring down Mrs. JB. Because she might say different.
And she might have gotten a different face. I have never.
Oh, we'll get into the baby situation too on a reserve.
On the reserve. So be looking forward to that. We are running out of time. Mm-hmm. Final thoughts.
Basil Hayden, if it's the only thing there, drink it with ice. That's Basil Hayden toasted, at least.
Basil Hayden toasted. I'm looking forward to the old fashioned. It's going to be great. Also, quick shout out to our buddies over at Cherrywood Liquor, 136th and Colorado Boulevard. They're consistently finding those hard to...
the allocated bottles.
Yeah.
Great guys over there. Yeah. If you're in the area, don't hesitate. Stop. Talk to them. Let them know, hey, I heard from you guys. I heard about you guys from DadDimes, and they will get you taken care of.
And get a hug.
You'll get a hug out of it. Yeah. No discounts, but just a hug.
Hey.
A hearty handshake.
And an allocated.
Well,
Possibly.
Maybe. we'll sign some coasters for you, and you'll get a free coaster.
You're gonna get it. I mean, and that's in the works. Getting the old DadDimes coasters, which are exclusively
Cherrywood Liquors.
Hopefully,
we haven't talked to them about it.
depending on the
have
conversation.
no idea about this yet. Give us a couple months.
A month. We'll get out that in a month.
We'll get it figured out.
Yeah. Cherrywood Liquors, 136 Colorado Boulevard, Thornton, Colorado. I will tell you, it has been a week. Cheers to Toby. Cheers to the big game, which is coming up this Sunday.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. I hate the Chiefs. Fuck the Chiefs.
I know you do. I'm not even getting into it. It's fine.
Thank you.
We're
gonna watch the game from separate houses because I can't hear my best friend fucking root for the Chiefs.
That's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen.
No, we're gonna be under the same roof. I'm not gonna
get a rib bone thrown at him a time or two.
Yeah, but it'll never hit me. Because
Bigsby will get it.
Big boys ain't getting my rib.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, good luck to either team. I think that the best team that's already been predetermined is going to win.
Yeah, Christian McCaffrey, love you. Shout out whenever you want to come on DadDimes, Colorado native. Hey, come on.
Hey, you're welcome.
Yep.
Come on in.
I rooted for your dad when he was in football too.
Old dad.
He's old now.
I mean, we're all old.
Yep.
He was older when we were watching him. Now
he was probably our age when. No, he was a little younger when we were watching him.
Yeah.
But
good luck to all. And to all,
a good night.
Good night.
Well, I do want to say thank you guys for listening. Don't forget to subscribe on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram. Go to daddimes.com. Give us a message. Thank you guys for the support.
YouTube. Subscribe to YouTube.
YouTube as well. God bless America. God bless Toby Keith.
Oh, Tobes.